getting at there is the Senior United Party is not a major political force in the same terms of Labor or Nationals or those sort of things. How do you want to get these ideas out there?
Well, I think Corey's quite right. What's interesting is that it's possible, I'm not sure how likely it is, but whoever wins New England could well hold the balance of power in the lower house, depending on what's happening in Bennelong and so on. Mind you, there are other independents who do support the coalition. So without the balance of power, whether that's in the lower house or the upper house, a small party such as Senior United Party or an independent really doesn't have any clout. What I have is my voice, and I intend to shout and shame the politicians on a daily basis, inside Parliament and outside Parliament. One of the interesting things that has occurred, Tony Fitzgerald, who was involved with the Corruption Commission in Queensland, has put together a charter of ethics for politicians, and he's given it to all 226 parliamentarians, upper house and lower house in Canberra. 53 have agreed and have signed that charter of ethics. 36 refused to sign, and 137, the remainder, have refused to engage with him and to answer his questions. This is an indictment of the ethics of our parliamentarians, and they're hardly onerous. In fact, I described it last night as no more than is demanded of Boy Scouts. Tell the truth, be honest, don't steal, use money wisely, and don't use your position for your benefit or for the benefit of others. That's basically it. And it really is no more than is required of company directors, business executives, and company directors and business executives who breach these ethics find themselves in a court of law and going to jail. And yet our politicians refuse to submit themselves to that. The other interesting thing too is that there's the Criminal Code, Chapter 7 of the Criminal Code. It's called the Proper Administration of Government, and that absolutely replicates to a certain extent the Chapter 8, Section 18 of the Consumer and Competition Act, which is really misleading and deceptive conduct that applies to businesses and corporations. And if that were applied, the law exists, if that were applied to politicians who mislead and deceive the public on a daily basis, as occurs now, they could find themselves in a court and defending their actions. Those are the kinds of things that I will be demanding inside and outside Parliament, and shame them, to bring them back to planet Earth and away from planet Parliament, where there are two different standards. There's the standards for politicians, and then the standards that they actually inflict on us but do not abide by themselves. So it's my voice that I will be